What's going on, guys? Welcome back to BTBRV Rants. I wanted to make a quick video talking about some pricing information that was just released from GMC today. They've basically indicated that the new GMC Sierra is going to have a slightly lower price than the previous outgoing model, at least from an introductory perspective. And this is on the new GMC HD pickup trucks that will be released by late summer to dealerships. Now, I would be thrilled about this simply because pricing on trucks has gone extremely high, but it's hard to get excited simply because the configuration that is lower cost or that has that lower entry cost to it is actually a smaller, shorter truck. So by getting this truck, you're not necessarily getting the entry-level truck that you might normally get with GMC because it's essentially a different body configuration package. Now, that being said, it doesn't matter really which truck you buy, whether it's going to be a Ford, Ram, GMC, or Chevrolet. All of these trucks in the typical configuration that most people get them with a diesel engine as well as a crew cab four-wheel drive configuration are going to be up in the mid-70s. If you want to get a luxury trim or a high-end luxury trim like a Denali, a King Ranch, a Laramie Longhorn, you're still going to be in the lower 80s to mid-$80,000 price range for that type of truck. So because you start seeing more pricing releases for GMC, and then I'm sure you're going to start seeing more information come out on the Ford Super Duty for 2020, I wouldn't necessarily get too happy with price decreases because it's not necessarily a decrease, it's just a lower entry price to get into a very, very basic work trim version of that truck. So all that being said, at the end of the day, when you go to the store to buy your specific truck, you're likely going to still be spending in the mid-60s to high 70s range for that crew cab four-wheel drive configuration that you're likely to get, especially if you're going to be towing an RV or a large trailer with it. Now, on my normal channel, Big Truck, Big RV, I'm going to talk a little bit more about the differences between the different configurations and what that means to you in terms of payload, because payload and towing configurations vary dramatically based on trim levels as well as the truck body configuration. And a lot of people don't give that much thought. You see towing ratings that go way up into the mid-30,000 range, and for Ram, it's 35,100 pounds. For Ford, it's 34,000 pounds. And for GMC and Chevrolet trucks, it's 35,500 pounds. But understanding what configuration you need to get to that type of tow rating is incredibly important, because 99.9% of people who buy a truck are not going to get it with a configuration that will allow it to tow up to 35,500 pounds, 35,100 pounds, or 34,000 pounds. You're going to have to get it in a very special configuration to get that type of towing numbers. And I can almost assure you, unless you're a hotshot driver or unless you own a commercial fleet and you're using these trucks to move heavy equipment around, you're probably not buying it in that configuration. So I want to talk to you guys a little bit more about what type of common configurations these trucks are purchased in and what type of towing numbers and payload capacity that's going to give you, because I think that is a far more accurate conversation to have in terms of shopping for a pickup truck that you're realistically going to buy and understanding what your limitations on that truck might be, and also understanding if that tow limitation is based on a maximum hitch rating, because oftentimes the trucks themselves have a higher rating than the actual fifth wheel or gooseneck hitch that you're going to throw in the truck to actually tow with. Because people often forget that with anything towing related, you're only truly as strong as your weakest link. So just because you have a truck that can tow 30,000 plus pounds does not mean that you have a hitch or you have towing equipment that is capable of supporting that much weight. And again, we'll talk about that on my main channel, Big Truck, Big RV. So please, if you haven't had a chance, please take a moment, subscribe to this channel. And if you haven't had a chance yet to subscribe to my main channel, Big Truck, Big RV, please do so there too as well. Thank you guys. I'll talk to you soon.